Welcome to DNX.Solutions podcast, leading the way in cloud modernization services.
Welcome everyone to our discussion on trends and focus areas for 2025. My name's Griffin. I am the CTO at DNX.Solutions. I'm joined by Kim, an enterprise account manager, and also Salman, who is head of sales for DNX. Technology never stops, and we saw a continued movement in 2024, and this year promises even more transformation. We saw Gen AI move from experimental playgrounds into tools, with companies finally figuring out how to integrate large language models into workflows. Think about customer service, content creation, and also the developer experience. That led the change. 2025 will push this even further, with AI becoming invisible, woven into the fabric of everyday business applications. And we still see a lot of organizations starting their journey to the cloud. But for others that have been there for quite a longer period of time, they focused on streamlining their cloud strategies and focused on cost optimization. 2025 points towards innovation coming back to that center stage. The demand on businesses to do more with their data means that we'll see more companies driving the core of unified data. Cybersecurity in 2024 was marked by the rise of AI-powered threats and increasingly sophisticated ransomware attacks. Let's look forward to 2025. We're going to continue that shift towards zero trust everywhere architecture and the emergence of even quantum-resistant encryption as quantum computing capabilities advance. Perhaps notably, 2024 saw embracing low-code and AI-assisted development tools, dramatically accelerating development cycles and code transformation. In 2025, we'll see the democratization of development reach new heights, with AI agents capable of handling increasingly complex and programming tasks, while humans focus on architecture and innovation. Look, let's dive deeper into a bunch of these different trends. Kim, I'm going to come to you first. I'd love to understand some of the mitigating reasons that you're typically seeing in your customer base at the moment, and within AWS customers in general, that are moving to the cloud or modernizing within the cloud.
Yeah, thank you so much, Kelly, and great overview. I think what's front of mind in customer conversations today is being able to build a robust business case. So customers are looking at ways that they can continue to accelerate their go-to-market, looking at delivering new products and services. Self-service analytics is something that is quite topical at the moment. How to take advantage of bleeding edge technologies such as Gen AI, so having the right foundations in place. So I'd say for that reason, customers are looking to move to the cloud for that scale and for that innovation, but being able to do it for the right reasons as well. So making sure that the commercials are palatable, making sure that, looking at talent in the market right now, being able to have the best engineers, how do they be able to attract them with the right projects, the right initiatives. We mentioned, given the macroeconomic trends, just a focus on FinOps and commercials, being able to bring executives in on the journey as well to really understand the power of technology. What does data mean? What does what Gen AI can do for an organization as well. So being able to have the right foundations and fundamentals to be able to set up for a really strong product roadmap over the next 5 to 10 years, looking at capturing new customers, new markets, and expanding regions. We'd love to hear from Sal though.
Yeah. I think you covered a lot of the aspects of what we're seeing. But from my end, what we're seeing is also it's a compelling reason, right? Either data center exit or licensing changes. But the core one that we've been seeing, and you talked about it, and you also touched about it, is the Gen AI piece, right? How do you improve that customer experience? And if you're not on the cloud, it makes things a lot more harder, right?
Yeah, it's an interesting point. You guys touched on a number of different things. A core theme I'm sort of hearing here is there's two areas, right? One, business outcome, right? Aligning to the business in terms of where the direction is going and how we can accelerate that. The second area is unification of data. Sal, I know that we've been working on a lot of customers there. Can you give us an example of where unifying data can really change a business and help transform?
Yeah, look, there's so much data, structured, unstructured. There's so much data businesses have these days. And an example of a customer of ours that we recently done work, they're a meal service provider, packed meals for customers. And what the board used to do is pull out a lot of their data from different account systems, CRM, and it would take a week to build a dashboard for the execs to go in, look at how the performance is, sales is on that side. And where we came in is like, by the time they built that in a week, it's already outdated, right? It's not real time. So I think where we're moving towards and where we help them is now everything's real time. They could click through dashboards live and the execs could get real insights at that time.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. And I know that customer firsthand. I had the privilege of working with them a lot to unpack, what is the true business drivers. Kim, we see a lot of, the emergence of Gen AI and things like that. I'd love to, understand from your perspective and even AWS's perspective in terms of where are we seeing sort of Gen AI still being influenced, inside customers, whether it be for migration purposes or for modernization purposes or for any other reason as well. Like, what do you guys see?
I think first and foremost, Gen AI has reached critical mass. So today, it's gone past B2B and moved into the B2C market where, everyone today I know probably uses Gen AI every day. And so with that, it's really shaped customer expectations around how they interact with an organization from their experience. So they want personalization, they want simplification, they want to have that almost chat-like experience when they're trying to self-service and get help or understand a product. Or fulfill their needs. So a lot of organisations today are then looking to replicate the same, very simple, streamlined experience externally as well as internally within an organisation. How do they unify their data sources, their processes, documentation to almost create an enterprise search tool to be able to, save minutes or hours into manual day-to-day operations. And so with that in mind, organisations are looking to understand what's the business case, what's the cost of engineering involved, how can AWS and partners support in terms of the change management process, the technology, the architecture, funding models as well. Because it's such a new tool and the landscape is rapidly evolving, we're really having conversations around being able to set up a platform that's scalable for the long term. It's not necessarily about fine-tuning FM or creating a chat agent experience. It's about having the right environment to be able to have your engineers come in and experiment, but then also do that within a way that's sustainable and understanding the implications of costs as well. So that's where our partners are really able to share their insights and their expertise and then do that with our funding models to help with innovation experimentation as well.
That's awesome. Look, we could talk all day about, particularly like Amazon Q Business, for example, around how that can provide an internal company knowledge base and the effectiveness of that within an organisation and security of Gen AI. We won't go into that. We don't have enough time, unfortunately. But Sal, how are customers, I suppose, mitigating that? I need to migrate now, but I also I want to modernise, right? I've got a compelling issue with how we might do certain things with our customers, for example. How are customers balancing that?
Yeah, look, I think I'll take you through a customer example who's gone through this, a large ISV.
Yep.
And the way they looked at this challenge was actually look at their customers, right? And the challenge they had was like their onboarding would take 6 weeks for a new customer to onboard to their software, right? So what they said, let's tackle that. Let's try to narrow that piece and modernize that piece of the application or architecture or that environment while we move them, right? So I think what we're seeing is customers tackling out which is the biggest impact to their customers and tackling that first as your modernization journey starts. And that's what we're seeing in the last 12 months.
I love that. So it's not about, tackling the whole of the monolithic application. As they say, how do you win an elephant, right? At one bite at a time. And I love that by picking out something that's so customer impactful and going, let's fix that.
Yes.
Let's give the right customer experience. Team, we are almost at time. I can't believe this has gone so fast, and we could continue to talk for probably all day. However, I'd love some, couple of tips or a couple of trends and things that you guys are seeing that you want to sort of wrap up and let everybody know about. Kim?
I think would really, at the end of the day, we really believe in an ecosystem. So there's so many experts and partners and so many use cases. So really, I think reach out to us to be able to support that and help you understand that and enable you on the platform. That's really our role. And it's to be able to expand that in a way that we can help you build a business case that makes sense as well and overlay that with the right funding models. So just trying to make sure that we help you bring your leadership team along on the journey as well to showcase what innovation is possible. And sometimes it does feel like how long is a piece of string, and the answer is it depends. But at the end of the day, there's so many passionate people that are really here to be able to help you understand how much the technology has evolved and changed, and to make you feel comfortable with the change management process of it as well.
I love that. Give us your problem. Let us help solve that. Sal?
I'll try to go through 3 things that I think will be pretty important over the next 12 to 24 months. First one is, you kept talking about Gen AI. That's really hot, but that's kind of prompt, right? I think where we're moving to in the next 12 months is agentic, actually taking actions, right? Like taking actions and automating some of those prompts rather than you prompting it, right? And I think what we're going to see over the next 12 months, we're going to see billion-dollar businesses that might be 1 people, 2 people, right? Yeah. Because they can drive so much efficiency through Gen AI across the business, right? And the other part is like you'll see businesses that use Gen AI are going to be much ahead than their competitors who are not using Gen AI because of the efficiency they drive. The second piece, we talked about modernization. Enterprises will keep modernizing which parts of their business that are impacting their customer experience, right? So I think that trend will keep going. And the third one is all of us. I think every organization, even my team and in AWS, I think people want to work at places where it has meaning more than just a numbers game, right? You have a bigger purpose. Yeah. Even between you and I, we were in a call last week where we were with an organization who was building a pill that you swallow. And then it takes pictures of your intestines, and reduces stuff like that. They're going to change the human race and a lot of things with technology. So I think that's what we're going to see, that trend. People have a purpose where they work.
Amazing. Team, thank you so much. Look, I'm inspired, and hopefully our listeners sort of took something away from here. There's a number of different areas that we could sort of delve into. But for everyone sort of watching, thank you very much for joining us. Hopefully you learned something there. For more information, please reach out to us. As Kim rightly pointed out, we're here to help. We want to help. Give us your problems. Let us try and solve something for you. So thank you very much.
Thanks for listening to the DNX Solutions podcast. Follow us on socials or visit DNX.Solutions for more.